I haven't said anything funny. Good evening, everyone. I was told that I have to be careful with my words because there was some church people and people like that. So is that true? Do I have to be careful? I don't use profanity, but I do talk about some very sensual food items. Is that okay? Okay, anyway, I'm going to read from my self-published book. It's called Succulent Sensibilities Feeding Two Appetites. So that'll give you an idea of what you're sort of in for. So I'm not one of those spoken word artists. I just write my poetry and I read it, so I hope that's okay. All right. This first one is called Appetizing. Longing to devour the delights of love, craving the tantalizing flesh in ecstasy, mouth watering for every gaping crevice, smacking loudly as the taste test begins. Juices running down my face, don't hand me a napkin. Sitting in position to receive the long-awaited meal, giving it all a mouthful. The main course eaten slowly until the palate of passions are released with the sounds of moans and groans. No more teasing. Eating in rhythm, wanting to finish at the same time, wiping the pebbles of delectable preparation from your brow, some dripping onto your quivering stomach as it growls for more. Can't get enough? Wanting? Overeating? Weight Watchers can join us. Ready to explode, approaching the climactic end of a wondrous experience. You stop for a breather. Not for long, as the feeling of palate satisfaction overwhelms the moment, and you take a moment and a mouthful to complete the course. Realizing the ramifications of stuffing your deep throat, you intensify the taste of sweet ecstasy by flickering the tongue across the tip of the delight as you submerge in orgasmic fulfillment. Holding your breath, eyes shut tight, body twitching, toes curled, lips clenched, trying to hold on to the creme de la creme. Not wanting this tasteful feeling to pass, you grab the dish with both hands, gripping it tight. You run your tongue over the surface in a zigzag motion until every visible drop is absorbed. For dessert, sweet and moist with inner creams oozing out with every drop soft up with the finger, leaving traces of delight to be sucked off later, which now caresses the softness of the lips, pulling away the blissful bittersweet nectar from the chocolate double-dipped honey-glazed caramelized drizzles, sugar babies, while the tongue dances in the dark chocolate-covered walls in the abyss of pleasure. With no words spoken, a second helping is requested, this time a la mode. It's been a minute since I read this. This one is called Peaches and Cream. I can eat a peach for hours. Can't wait for it to be devoured. The fuzz doesn't bother me. It's like I pivot with the eyes, you see. Sometimes I just use my lips to get all the sweet. It's a nose-tickling treat. I like peaches when they are firm. I like peaches, the juice is not a concern. Running down my hand, I just lick it up, enough to feel the size cup. The skin so tight, it feels so right. The flesh so pure, I can endure. I can eat a peach for hours, sometimes sweet, sometimes sour. Perfect when it's both, that's when I enjoy it the most. I get sloppy and carried away. I hold it with both hands, sometimes using my thumbs to part the way. I add cream to the experience to make more delightful. It does something to the libido. I can't help myself, it's my credo. When I'm When I'm almost done and I have reached the pit, I leave some on the flesh, slowly submerging it bit by bit. I fantasize it having a fit, me sucking on this pit. When I'm done, there's not one fiber left. You wouldn't know I've been there, there's no sign of a mess. I can eat a peach in a minute if that's what you wish. Or I can make a complete meal of it in a succulent dish, adding some spices, herbs, and even edible flowers. No matter how you slice it, I can eat it for hours. I'll take you to the islands for a moment. This is called Jamaican barbecue. Oh, and my book also has recipes as well. Lying in the sun near the clear blue waters and the white sandy beaches, a warm breeze creeps up your thigh, tasting your exotic flavors. Your beauty is injected with erotic spices, sprinkled with unrefined sweetness as the pure sugar cane. Your back basting in a jerk marinade. Your front unseen, all anticipation your rotation. Your side view reveals everything lean and tender with your firm mounds of joy roasting. You turn to brown evenly as eyes watch. You seem to move in a slow motion to contour the creation of its temptation. It's tempting. You say, I have to wait to eat when it's done, as your locks pull wrong part ever so, hanging like dripping juices unto the sand. Your ribs exposed, covered in tropical glaze, your legs and thighs golden, your breast plump to perfection. I'm aroused, so I dance to the sounds of Caribbean jazz playing in the distance to keep my hunger occupied. There is much to you to be shared, but only I will enjoy your treat. Edible excellence is in my mind. Your hot juices scorch my tongue, but I am too greedy to wait until you cool off. I love how you taste. With every mouthful, I savor your crisp skin and juicy flesh. No sauce is needed. It comes naturally down to the bone, even sucking out the marrow. Mouth and fingers covering you, and remove all signs of you once to taste you and your own perfection. It is a little warm up here, but I think it's a light. One man's feast. As I gaze upon what I'm about to consume, I wonder if it would taste like the dust of the moon. Will she be smooth as her inner cream, or will she taste like a sun-drenched dream? Slicing her gently with my finger and parting the way for my tongue to linger. Swirling around and around until I create a goatee of moisture as she raises her hips high, begging to be drained like an oyster. My greed gets the best of me and my thirst craves for milk. Just needing a mouthful, I never knew until now the taste of liquid silk. As though I lean golden rotisserie, I turn her using my hands as racks. Never avoiding such a delicious zone, I for one love backs. With eyes closed, I count each rib with a kiss, taking my time, not one do I want to miss. So tender yet firm is her derriere. No fork or knife is needed, two for the price of one. Oh, quite contrary. The feast comes to closure by me sopping up her thighs, legs covered in translucent dew, not forgetting the final cuisine. I do feet too. I'll do this last one. It's sort of a story, so I'll finish up. This is called Palate Pleasing. I was catering an event for the creme de la creme at a prestigious facility towards the end of the evening, I noticed a delight that brought to mind the old saying, you eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth. From across the room, I wanted to lick her from her knotted dreadlocks to her rose-painted toes. I made an excuse to ease myself over to the beverage table where she was trying to get the last of the special punch I made for the event. I had a brief thought of accidentally spilling just enough liquid on her lower leg and quickly yet gently removing it from her leg with my tongue. I made a light conversation about taking her out to dinner, and she responded with, "Why not cook for me?" I then agreed. As I was cleaning up, I noticed her looking at me while she had caressed her cleavage with her finger. I had to take out the trash, and when I got to the bin, I turned and she was there. As our eyes met, we stared at each other for a moment, and then we began to move closer and closer until we were so close. I can't say that word. We were so close, my erection was brushing her balls. I could have sworn she was not wearing any underwear underneath that rose-colored form-fitting gown that was wearing her. I started moving in an erotic motion, and myself, I could not move. I just stood there and let her do her whip of passions into a sweet froth. I leaned back and just took it in. She did not even think about who was walking by in a minute and see what we were about to get into. I had to do it. I kissed her passionately. Our lips met and they just disappeared within each other. Suddenly, she started to undo my pants. I assisted. Then it came. I guided her down, down, down until she came upon, and I think I better stop right there. I think that's my time. Thank you.